So here we are provided with 4 points and we need to check whether they form a rectangle or a square. So let us begin. So we're going to name these 4 points. So let's consider a generic figure. So let's say we have a quadrilateral with vertices A, B, C and D. We'll suppose that A has the coordinate point 0, -1. B is the coordinate point having value 6, 7. C will be -2, 3. And D will be 8, 3. Now, if this quadrilateral is a rectangle, then we have to show that length of AB will be equals to length of DC and length of AD will become equals to length of BC. And if all the sides are equal, then they are going to be a square. To do that, what we'll do, we'll take the help of the distance formula to find out the length of each side. So let's specify the distance formula first. So here we have 2 points, point A and point B, whose coordinates are provided to us. Then if we join A and B, then this distance, which is going to be a straight line, is given by the distance formula. All we have to do is take the square root. Underneath the square root, first we'll have to square the difference of the x coordinate and add it to the square of the difference of the y coordinate. So let's employ this particular formula to find out the length of each side. So what will be AB? So AB will be equals to, we'll take the square root just to keep things simple since we're working with AB. So we'll start with the B first and then from it we're going to subtract the x or the y component of A. Fine. So since we have B, so here we'll consider the x coordinate of B, so that's 6. And from it we're going to subtract the x coordinate of A, so that's 0. So we have 6 minus 0 squared and add it to the difference of the y coordinate. So we'll first start with the y coordinate of B, so that's 7, and from it we're going to subtract the y coordinate of A, so that's -1. So negative of -1 will make it positive, so we have 7 plus 1 squared. So let's find out this value. This is going to be 6 squared is 36, and then we have 7 plus 1, that's 8. 8 squared is 64. Now 36 plus 64, that sums up to 100, square root of 100, so that's going to be equals to 10. So that means AB now has a length of 10 units. Now coming to BC, the BC will be equals to, we'll take the square root. So first we'll have to take the difference of the x coordinate, then sum it with the difference of the y coordinate. So rule is simple. We'll start with C first. So here we have the x coordinate, that's -2. So we'll take -2 and from it we're going to subtract the x coordinate of B, so that's -6. Then we have 3 minus 7, so that will be equals to square root of, so -2, -6, that's 8. 8 squared is going to be 64 plus 3 minus 7, that's -4. -4 squared, that's going to be 16. So we have square root of 80. So 80 is 4 times square root of 5. Then we find out the value of CD. So CD will then be equals to, we'll take the square root. So we'll have 8 minus of -2, so that's +2. 8 plus 2 whole squared. Added to 3 minus 3, so that's going to be 0. So 0 squared. So 8 plus 2, that's 10. 10 squared. So 10 squared is simply going to be equals to 10. So let's write it down. So BC we obtained, that's 4 times square root of 5. CD came out to be 10. And then DA, so we'll find out the length of DA. So DA was going to be equals to, we'll take the square root. So we'll have to do 0 minus 8, so that's -8 squared. Added to -1 minus -3, so that's -4. So we have -4 squared. So -8 squared, that's 64. -4 squared, that's 16. So this also comes out to be square root of 80. Then that means we have 4 times square root of 5. So we have 4 times square root of 5. Now clearly we see that the opposite sides are only equal. So that means our quadrilateral is definitely going to be a rectangle.